minutes past the hour. The Rick and Bubba Show, we are back, and we are thankful that you're with us today. I do want to ask you, it's a little bit personal, but did you sleep all right last night? Well, you know, our health foundation all starts with how well you sleep. That's when the old body is repairing itself and getting ready for the next day. Well, Casper has created 3 unique mattresses that'll help you sleep cool and comfortable regardless of the season. You know, every sleep study shows that when we sleep in a cool environment, and I keep telling my wife this, you actually sleep sounder. The Wave mattress, it has remarkable technology from Casper. It's built in it, engineered to relieve pressure at 36 different points. The Casper mattress, more breathable and comfortable than ever, loved by nearly 1 million happy customers now. And the Essential is a mattress. It's innovative, but it's at a price point that may be a little more comfortable for you. But whatever the case may be, the bottom line is the wonderful Casper technology. They've designed these mattresses to adapt to the way you sleep. You're not having to adapt to it. It adapts to you. If you would like to try it, and how about this? You won't ever hear anybody say, hey, you want to test drive that car? Yeah. All right, take it for 100 days. That's not going to happen. Casper says, we'll ship our mattress to your door. You'll put it in any room you want to try it in, and then try it for 100 nights. If you love it, you keep it. If you don't, you're out nothing. Now, we won't even make you pay shipping to get it back. We'll come get it. You can get $50 off, too, if you enter the promo code Bubba at Casper.com. Be sure and do that. That'll help. There's terms and conditions that apply. Find those there as well. Well, the name of the book is The Traveler's Summit, and, of course, this is the sequel to The Traveler's Gift. Andy Andrews is the author. He has authored many New York Times best-selling books, including The Noticer, and I just mentioned The Traveler's Gift. To mention a few, Dave Ramsey refers to him as a life whisperer. No pressure there.
Yeah.
Andy Andrews, welcome back to Rick and Bubba.
Hey, I'm thrilled to be here. But let me say before you say anything else about the book, I just realized while you were doing, talking about the Casper mattresses, I just realized why through the years when I have come to your show, afterwards, my friends have, some of them said, why did you say that? And I'm like, I don't know why I said it, but now I know. I was sitting here listening to you, and I realized for an ADD person, this studio is a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
I've got two guys here, a guy in front of me with a spinning wheel behind him, 2 screens here, and an audience behind me. I'm like,
you don't even know where to go.
Yeah.
You know,
you're in the round.
Look, and you are a sick man.
Yes.
I mean, you need therapy, and if you're not getting it, double it.
No, but you do.
Only because I'm a man.
Right. Yes.
Andy, tell us, are you okay? You said you hurt your neck.
Yeah.
Andy, come on. You're killing us with this.
Stage.
He
fell off a stage.
What?
Oh, I've seen you up there, too. You were moving around.
Yeah, and when I missed my footing, my knee caught the edge and turned me in the air, so I hit kind of on my head.
Is there a video of this?
Yeah.
I was just kind of curious.
Can we look
Next
at
time
it?
I come, I'll bring it.
Is it on YouTube? Can we find it?
Because here's what we're fighting right now, and we fight this a lot, and our flaws are out there, warts and all. We're fighting right now what we should do, and that is to show you compassion. And then what we want to do, and that's laugh at you.
I don't
You know what I mean?
You realize the first thing we went to.
You'll laugh at me.
Right, yeah.
Where's the video?
Yeah,
That's the first thing we went
Next
to.
time I come, I'll bring
Were
it.
you?
It's pretty brutal.
Were you
it's kind of a,
finishing?
kind of thing.
Where was it in the presentation?
Yeah, were you at the end
36
walking off?
minutes in.
36.
Oh, my
You remember it
goodness.
vividly, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, wow.
So did they get?
Wow.
Did you finish?
I finished. Yeah, I did.
Finish right then, or did you get back up and say, "Now let me get"? Now, where was I?
I did kind of get back up and say, "Where was I?" You know, but it was. Yeah, I'll bring you the video next time.
Oh, wow. Did you know immediately I'm hurt?
Yeah.
I'm like, as a man, hey, I'm down and I'm bad hurt.
Yeah, but it's like
Like
the
really
Super
bad.
Bowl.
Did you know you were hurt immediately?
Yeah, but it's the Super Bowl.
You got to
I
finish.
got 4,000 people around.
You got to finish it.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
Well, and here's the problem, because I've seen you speak, and you and I have spoke together at places. I don't think either one of us really know where we were. You'd have to have notes to do that.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
But there's two things on a rider of my contract: Dasani water and white tape around the edge of the stage.
Yeah, that's in there
And
now.
that wasn't there.
Uh-oh.
So.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, yeah, not as uncomfortable as if you take a head dive off the stage.
Thank you, Andy.
How far did you fall?
It was like 4 feet.
Oh, wow. But you did end up on your heads where you got hurt.
Yeah.
And now your neck's hurt.
Yeah, really bad. I mean,
you got to have surgery,
it was
right?
Back and forth for like 2 years, and I would go and get people to work on it, and go and get things done, and go to this person, and get shots there, and blah 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 blah. And finally, about a year ago, I couldn't push it back, and so it just kept on getting.
Oh, not when pain management, when you're chasing it and you can't catch it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
So it has been. I mean, I can't play ping pong. I can't cast a fishing rod. I can't
that's
pull a bow.
both
I
of
got
those
teenage boys.
Oh, y'all are at the prime of the time where now you don't have to babysit them. You can actually hunt and fish together and have fun.
I know it. And so anyway, it's one of those things. We're dealing with it. And
Well, I'm so sorry, buddy.
But
when you having surgery? When?
August 3rd.
Okay.
August 3rd. And so, but I'll tell you this: I went to a bunch of different neurosurgeons, and it would frighten you the varying opinions. When you're looking at one MRI and 2 vertebrae are messed up on the left side with bone spurs in the nerve root, it would frighten you the varying opinions. And here's what I have figured out about neurosurgeons, ladies and gentlemen, is if you took all the neurosurgeons in America and lined them up end to end, one of them, we don't know which one it would be the best in America. And one of them, we don't know which one that would be the worst in America. And one of them, we don't know which one this would be right slap in the middle. So what that means is that 50% of the neurosurgeons in America are below average in their knowledge of medicine and practice.
If you play the numbers, yes, that is correct.
I'll tell you one thing.
Wow, Andy.
Now you got me noticing that.
Makes me want to travel.
Wow, so don't be. So get a second opinion. And a third one.
4th, 5th, 6th.
7th.
7th.
Oh, good.
So
it's a perfect number. Maybe
are they going to fuse? Are they going to cadaver bone? How are they going to do this?
Bubba always goes to the cadaver, doesn't he?
Well,
Well,
that's you just like talking about
Standard.
Well, I have to study it.
That
Makes
the
me
pig
nervous.
valve.
Somebody's that fired up about dead people. You know.
I know it really
I
does.
almost borrowed a ligament
person?
for a knee. Yeah, so I told him I want an 18-year-old that could really
But
jump.
you just
though.
couldn't lean into the shovel.
I just
I
couldn't do
guess.
it.
Couldn't make it happen. So we're having August 3rd. This is the 7th opinion, which is a perfect number. Maybe this is the one.
It's the most conservative approach, and I really like the guy. And
Well, there are people across this audience that are, they powerful prayer warriors.
We got a lot of prayer warriors.
I
We really,
appreciate
really
it.
do.
So we know where to focus that right now to August 3rd.
I would appreciate August 3rd. My wife would probably appreciate it from now till August.
Right,
3rd.
I start to say that's a rough injury on your family, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It just is, and I
And
know
travel,
that.
you travel a lot, and traveling can be so miserable anyway, even if your neck's not bothering you.
Andy, as soon as they get done praying for me next Friday, I'm gonna flip them to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate
we
it.
got
You got them next week.
Oh, let's quit talking
week
about it
after.
because it's like now my neck's starting to hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Let's
Is that like when we talked about hearts in here that we all couldn't breathe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all
Golly,
gasping
when I
for
heard
air
that
last
the other
week.
day.
I was diagnosed with a mental heart attack.
I'll bet.
You know how you just like you're talking about. That's the reason why mine's got to be right because
I know. That's why. I mean, they can't leave him and say, "Well, at some point you'll suffer a minor heart." I mean, you're going, "Is this minor? Is this major? What is this?"
Yeah.
Let's put a pipe in there, whatever it is.
All right, so we'll all be with you on that. Let's not bog down there.
No.
I mean,
Appreciate it.
it's out
Very
there,
much.
it's done, and now we know what to do. When we come back, I want you to unpack the Traveler's Summit for us.
Okay. Love
And
to.
and we don't want to give it all away because we want people to actually read it. But,
Right.
But we want to talk. we kind of want to talk about because this show we'll go now. Then what happened?
And then what happened?
I know. I've
then what
I've
happened?
got you guys reading the end of more books.
Oh yeah. Well, people. If I go see a movie, people stop listening till they've seen it.
I would
I-
read more books if they had a summary page right at the end.
I went to the Titanic. They told me the boat sank. I'm like, well, thanks for ruining the movie.
Andy Andrews is with us. All the information in show notes, by the way.
Rick and Bubba.
And Andy, happy Father's Day to you, buddy.
Thank you.
Andy Andrews with us here today. The Traveler's Summit is the brand new book. Everything Andy Andrews can be found at rickandbubba.com under show notes. And this book can be found, everywhere books are sold. Everybody in the golden ticket seat today. And we got all guys here for Father's Day weekend.
Right.
They'll go home with the Traveler's Summit today, their own copy of that. So we remember the Traveler's Gift,
Right.
and this is the sequel.
This is a sequel.
So tell us about the book.
Yeah, in the Traveler's Gift, David Ponder traveled through time, meeting with 7 historical figures who were going through a tough time, and each of them gave him a principle. Well, in the Traveler Summit, we're years ahead, and David Ponder is now an old man, and his wife has passed away, and he's he's incredibly wealthy, but he's kind of wanting to see his wife, and not sad that his life is there, and the Archangel Gabriel, who is a character in the first book, appears to him and tells him humanity is at a crossroads, and he is not pleased. And so all the travelers are being convened for a summit, and they are going to be given one question: what can restore humanity to the course that it once had? What can bring us together? And so they're being tasked with one question. They get 5 shots at it, and every time they miss, if they miss, they get to choose a new traveler from the theater. But we're looking out there. David Ponder's at a table, and the first person he talks with is Winston Churchill, and there's a conversation there. But we're looking at the theater, and there's Bear Bryant over there talking to Aristotle, and there's Martin Luther King, and over here's George Washington Carver, and so we've got all different kind of characters, and so they're bringing them from the theater, and I had a blast doing this because it was kind of based on the old question, if you could have anybody over for dinner, who would you have, and you can't say Jesus, right? Because everybody says Jesus,
right?
So
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of fun to write, and I got a lot of things in there that will create conversations, right? This is what I want to do. And so it's like, what would happen if Joan of Arc and Winston Churchill if you could hear a conversation between them commenting on what is happening today? What would happen if King David and Abraham Lincoln and Winston Churchill and Joan of Arc and George Washington Carver all got together to try to figure out what people should do with their experiences? And with Joan of Arc, of course, Winston Churchill knows who she is, but she don't know who he is because he's ahead of her in that time loop. And so the travelers have all been convened, and they they don't really kind of know. They don't know what this place might be, right? I mean, or at least the reader's trying to figure it out.
Right.
And so when Gabriel appears, one of the things Churchill says to him, he says, "Inside or out?" And David Ponder says, "What?" He said, "It's a question we've wondered here. Do I wear my hat? Are we inside or out? Where is this light coming from?" So there's
cool stuff like
there's
that.
cool things. One point, Churchill, somebody says, who is she up there? And he says, "It's the lady pilot. Nobody knows, but it's a curious story of where she's been." It was Amelia Earhart.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Look at you.
Oh, do another in that voice.
Yeah.
He has a really good Winston
Like
Churchill,
that.
by the
Not a
way.
bad Winston Churchill at all.
Do another than me.
But that's a cool concept to think of. We know all the individuals because of where we are in time.
Right.
But if you died before an individual became famous, you don't even know they are.
Exactly.
You
It was
know?
one of my favorite things to
Yeah,
write
yeah.
because of the Churchill, guys, he just loves Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln don't know who Churchill is, but
Right.
but Churchill gives him, he has a penny in his pocket that he's always kept, and it's a 1909 Lincoln penny. It was the first Lincoln penny they ever did, and he gives it to the president. It's a cool thing. At one point, Churchill's like rubbing his hand across the table, and Abraham Lincoln says, "No nails. Did you notice?" And Churchill said, "I did. It's a beautiful piece of work." And Abraham Lincoln says, "Yes, the boss's son made it by hand. He's a carpenter,
Oh, look at that. So these are things that you, in your mind, pictured happening if these individuals were to get based on their personalities. It's not like you pulled it out of nowhere.
Exactly.
What you knew about these individuals, you also applied to these scenarios, right? I would assume.
And I want to point people to a mystery in the book.
Here we go.
Okay, because I'm not gonna reveal this.
Well, everybody in the audience is so thankful I haven't read the book yet because they know
Rick
that
will tell you I haven't.
they know that I would.
Well, there's a point where Joan of Arc and Winston Churchill and David Ponder are talking, and he is asking her about certain things about her being burned at the stake, and asked, was Gabriel with you? And so there's this conversation about what happened there. And then Joan of Arc says, do you know what my last words were? Sometimes it's the last thing you say that matters most. Do you know what my last words were? And Ponder and Churchill look at each other and they go, no, we don't. And she says, you can find it, look it up when you get home. And I leave it there. And it's a very curious thing, last thing she said.
Now on curious things, because I hear what you're doing here and what the theme of the book is. Are you saying that the reader, when they read this, that they will come up with the one principle that could save humanity?
It's a very simple thing, Rick, but it's a very simple thing, but there is an action plan, and it's one that I have come to believe is something that's missing from our society that will provide businesses of people's own instead of necessarily jobs. I hear people, I can't get a job. And I'm like, okay, that may be a good thing. Start your own business. I've got an 18-year-old boy. He owns 2 businesses. He started one when he was 13, and the day he turned 16, walked into a car dealership and wrote a check for a 2-year-old GMC Sierra. And so if a 13, and these are adult businesses, right? Look at AustinLegacyKnives.com sometime, and that's one of his businesses. And I've told people again and again, and I truly believe this, and this little bitty action plan is in the book, but I've told people again and again, figure out what your passion is.